Okay, today is what is today? Okay, today is June 5th. Isn't that interesting? June 5th. June 5th. In the olden days, retirement was at, I think it was like, what is that? 62 and a half. But the generally accepted time to retire has been 65. Okay? Generally accepted age where people retire is around 85. That means that it's like it's like the it's like the movie The Matrix, where you are born into a battery factory, okay? And so these machines uh, place you into this uh, generator, okay? It's a power plant, and so so since birth you become a battery. You're a biological fusion reactor, and the machines feed you these these things that causes your body to generate energy, and the machines harvest you for the energy. And then one day, Neil wakes up from his dream. Okay, in his simulation, he wakes up from his simulation and then becomes aware of the difference between a red pill and a blue pill. So today is June 5th, okay? That means it's retirement. It's the time when it's age. So I'm currently 56 years old. If I were to flip that around, that would be 65, okay? Somehow, through the miracles of life, I've come to the conclusion the significance of the number 65, okay? In the olden days, in the olden days, um, even in politics, there are things that talk about the 86, and that's used everywhere in restaurants. Whenever I go to a restaurant, they don't want to serve me, so they whisper to each other, "Hey, that guy's an 86." So apparently, that number was coined and used in the military for the purpose of designating an individual to not be served food. That happens to me all the time. So I just go to a buffet. So what that means, it would apparently in the olden days, America was run by mob. And so what they do is they whisper to each other, right, while they have their toothpick in their mouth. They say, okay, 86, that guy, right? That means take him out into the desert in Las Vegas, okay? 8 miles out and 6 feet under. Apparently that's where it comes from. There was this huge hoopla of things in the that occurred in politics recently, right? So these numbers have a significant contribution to life, and it applies to day trading as well. Okay, so today I'm recording this. This is my I had these brokerage accounts many times in the past, but not like this. Okay, it's different now. So in the movie Matrix, so these people are in a submarine type of thing, and then they patch in through the network into the simulation environment. And apparently, if you expire in this video game, in real life you expire as well. And this, I remember this one line from this one movie, and she said, and apparently they were cornered and they're about to unplug her so that she'd be detached from her consciousness. And she says she knew what was going to happen, and she says, "Not like this, not like this, right?" But precisely like this. This is what's happening. Okay. So this is what I call the second phase of my trading career. Right. So the first phase of my trading career has always been a loss every day. So I'd go to a restaurant. I'd go to a restaurant and I have this cell phone, and then on my cell phone I would have my brokerage firm pulled up in a simulation environment, right? And so I would look at it, but what I would see is just red everywhere, meaning that whatever the decision I've made, it has turned negative, and it's like it's taking money out of my account, right? So that has been like that for 4 to 5 years, right? Now, okay, so now here's what's happening, okay? So this is my second account. Now there was the first one that I attempted to use like a few days ago was called Plus 500. It's a brokerage firm. It's a regulated brokerage firm that I used in the past, and then I attempted to use it yesterday, but they said that um, I the, the the requirements for me to trade the forex is not there, and so they recommended that I go into the futures, right? But this is Oneida, OANDA, Onada, Onada, or whatever it is, Oneida, Oneida. Okay, so I made two trades. Okay, so yesterday I made one trade, and both involved UJ. Okay, UJ. I took a trade on UJ. So when I took the UJ, the first trade that I entered, I realized I'm employing my new strategy now, which allows me to have better results. Okay, so this one I got stopped out. I thought to myself, oh my God, it knew exactly where I entered and exactly where I put my stop loss. So I put my stop loss right here, and then at this point, I got in all of somewhere here, and then it dropped, took out my stop loss, and then started to come back up. Of course, my thesis is that because it's an area of support where the price has moved significantly, it's going to move in the direction of my thesis. And I concluded that my thesis was in alignment with the market direction. And sure enough, so the stop loss took out $1.22. Currently, my trading capital on here is 50%, which is essentially, I put in about what is that, roughly about 30, 30, 30, that's 60 plus 40. So I put in approximately about $132 so far. 132, but half of it I can use, but the other 30, anyway, that's how it works. So the first trade was red because it took out my stop loss. Then I immediately entered into it. Then now it is up 7.5. Okay, $7.50. This is now a real live trading account. It's not a challenge account. This is not a prop firm account. This is a real account. So if I double this to a 100 as a starting capital, which is based on 100 as a basis point, then this I would double it up to be $15. So this is a gain of $15, which means within a matter of less than 24 hours, I gained 15% of my investment capital. Now just imagine what's going on here. This is incredible. This is when you go to the bank and you put it in 100K, you get 0.00001% per year. Okay? When you take your $100,000 and you go to Wells Fargo, each month your statement will say you've earned 1 penny this month. Okay? With starting capital of $100,000, right? All the while, inflation is chipping away at that 100K. But in this case, so inflation is going to be, what is that current? I can look it up and see what current inflation rate is. Let's see, what is the current inflation rate? What is the inflation rate? Let's see, I'm curious. Okay, it's currently, U.S. inflation rate is at 2.31% compared to 2.39% last month and 3.36% last year. Okay, so that means if you get paid 1 penny, okay, if you get 1 penny, which equals to 12 pennies for a $100,000 account that's been sitting in a bank for 1 year, that is essentially equal to 0% rate, right? So inflation is chipping away at your 100K at 2.3% per month, okay, which is in line with what's been happening last month, which is similar to what's been happening last year, which is roughly about 3%, right? That means that your money is decreasing at a rate of 3% each year, okay? But this right here, I'm taking with my account this, and I made 15% in less than 24 hours, right? We're just going through the numbers. Today is June 5th. It's currently 68 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Okay, I'm just looking at my cell phone here. I have an alarm that's coming up at 3:20. It's currently 10:07 a.m.